Today we're going to be looking at the list or the series comma rule. So we know that coordinate conjunctions can join words, phrases, and clauses. But what we might not know is that coordinate conjunctions can join more than two words or phrases, but not clauses. And we would call these a series when we have more than two being joined with a coordinate conjunction. Take, for example, the sentence, "For my party, I am serving pizza, Kool-Aid, and chips." The coordinate conjunction "and" is joining a series. It's actually joining three things: pizza, Kool-Aid, and chips. So the problem here is without any commas, we might not know that this is a series or a list. And we might actually think that pizza Kool-Aid is a thing. It's the flavor of the Kool-Aid. And chips is the other thing on the other side of the coordinate conjunction. To avoid confusion, we need to use commas. And we're going to place those commas in between the items in our list. So pizza and Kool-Aid are both items in our list, and we're going to put a comma in between. And Kool-Aid and chips are both items in our list. We're going to put a comma in between, and in this case, it goes after Kool-Aid and before our coordinate conjunction and the last item in our list, chips. Now, some people argue that one of these commas is not necessary, and so sometimes they won't use it. And the comma that is controversial is this one right here, because some people say that since you have the coordinate conjunction and separating Kool-Aid and chips, it's pretty clear that they are two separate items in the list, and then therefore this comma maybe isn't so necessary. This comma, by the way, is called the Oxford comma, and the controversy is over whether or not we need a comma before the coordinate conjunction and the last item in our list. But most grammatists say we do. Let's look at why. So let's take a look at this sentence that perhaps a kindergartner has told to her teacher. "I love my parents, SpongeBob, and Princess Sparkles." So my coordinate conjunction is and it is joining more than two items. It's actually joining three items in a list. I have parents, I have SpongeBob, and I have Princess Sparkles. So I need to separate my items in a list with commas. So I put a comma in between parents and SpongeBob, but then I say, you know what, I don't need my Oxford comma right here because my coordinate conjunction and is there, and it is showing that SpongeBob and Princess Sparkles are two different things. But take a look at what happens if I don't have a comma there. This actually might not look like a list. It might look like an appositive. I love my parents, SpongeBob and Princess Sparkles. SpongeBob and Princess Sparkles are the parents in the appositive. And that hopefully is not what this kindergartner meant to say. So even in this example, we definitely need to use the Oxford comma in between our second to last and last items in our list. And that way we know for 100% sure that this is a list and parents, SpongeBob, and Princess Sparkles are all different items in the list. Let's see what this looks like when we use coordinate conjunctions to join phrases together in a list. Let's take this sentence. I finished my homework, cleaned the dishes, and fed my pet hamster. So my coordinate conjunction is and it is actually joining three items together. There are three things that I did. I finished my homework, I cleaned the dishes, I fed my pet hamster. So this is actually a compound predicate, and my coordinate conjunction and is joining three predicates together. So because it's more than two, it's making a list. Let's go back to my comma rule. So finished my homework is the first item in my list. I'm going to put a comma here. Cleaned the dishes is the second item in my list. I'm going to put a comma here. And then fed my pet hamster is the last item in my list. So taking a look at the sentence, we can play a game, watch a movie, or do a craft project. I have the coordinate conjunction or, and it is joining more than two items, so it's making a list. This or is joining three options. It's joining play a game, watch a movie, do a craft project. So because I have a series, I have 3 items in a list, I'm going to separate them with commas. So the list series comma rule says that when I have words or phrases in a list, I'm going to separate items in my list using commas.